My name is James, and I'm 74 years old. Like many of you, I've discovered that with age comes wisdom, but also aches, uncertainties, and moments when the spirit feels a little heavy. I never imagined that something as simple as walking and praying for just 20 minutes a day could profoundly change my health, clarity, and faith. Today, I want to share with you not just my story, but the incredible journey of others who've found that a daily walk with God can renew their strength, their minds, and their hearts. If you've ever wondered whether a few quiet minutes walking with God could transform your life, I promise you'll find answers today. I remember waking up one morning last spring feeling unusually tired, my chest heavy, and my motivation almost non-existent. A visit to the doctor confirmed what I had already sensed. My heart needed care, not only physically, but spiritually as well. As I sat there, the doctor gently advised, "James, even a short daily walk could make a significant difference for you." His words stuck with me. But it wasn't until my daughter mentioned something profound that it truly clicked. She said, "Dad, why not combine those walks with prayer? You've always said everything feels easier with God beside you." Her simple suggestion was a revelation. I began to walk each morning, initially just around the block. At first, I moved slowly, unsure and cautious. But soon, each step became a gentle rhythm of prayer and physical movement, as natural as breathing. I recited verses that comforted me, like Isaiah 42:31. "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." These words echoed with every step, gradually turning my hesitant walks into moments of renewal. It wasn't long before I felt my body responding positively. The heaviness in my chest eased, replaced by a newfound lightness and strength. My walks lengthened without effort, and my doctor, pleasantly surprised, noted improvements in my heart health during follow-up visits. Yet the physical changes were just the beginning. Walking and praying opened a deeper dimension of healing I hadn't anticipated, a spiritual renewal that nourished me from within. One morning during my walk, I met Mary, a gentle soul in her early 70s. She noticed my consistency and asked if she could join me. Mary had faced significant health struggles, particularly around memory and cognitive clarity. As we walked together, she confided, "James, I worry about losing myself, forgetting the things that matter." Her words resonated deeply with me, as I'd experienced similar fears. Together, we began to pray specifically for clarity and peace of mind during our walks. We often reflected on the promise from Isaiah 26:3. "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." Day by day, Mary reported feeling sharper, her thoughts clearer. It seemed the rhythm of walking, combined with intentional prayer, was gently restoring her mind, enhancing her memory, and reducing anxiety. I noticed similar benefits myself. My memory felt clearer, my decisions more confident. Mary's experience reminded me of the intricate connection God designed between our bodies, minds, and spirits. Walking, such a simple act, became an avenue of grace. Each step offered tangible, physical benefits while nurturing emotional and spiritual clarity. It showed us both that age doesn't diminish our ability to heal, grow, and experience profound renewal. A few weeks later, Robert joined our morning walks. At 69, Robert had always been active, but recently struggled with joint pain and stiffness, especially in his knees. He hesitated initially, fearing discomfort, but soon found gentle movement remarkably therapeutic. As we walked slowly, we discussed scriptures that spoke directly to our experiences. Isaiah 42:29 became Robert's favorite. "He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak." Robert's steps became increasingly confident, his posture improving, and his spirit lifting. One morning, smiling broadly, he shared, "These walks are changing everything, James. I feel stronger physically, but more than that, I feel spiritually alive. God feels close, like he's walking right here beside me." His words beautifully captured what each of us felt, the unmistakable presence of God accompanying our steps, quietly strengthening and encouraging us. Our small walking group gradually grew, and we became a close-knit family of faith and wellness. Each person who joined brought their own stories, struggles, and revelations. Every morning, our paths became spaces of shared healing, wisdom, and deeper faith. Walking and praying daily became more than just a healthy habit. It became our lifeline, connecting us physically and spiritually, transforming our individual and collective lives. Reflecting on these moments now, I realize how intricately God had woven our paths together. Each step became a testament to his love, gently guiding us toward health and spiritual intimacy. Perhaps you're listening now, thinking about your own journey. Maybe your heart longs for this simple, yet profound renewal. Trust me, it's closer and more attainable than you might imagine. Before we move further into these inspiring stories, I'd like to gently invite you to join our growing community here on the Grace Wisdom Years channel. If you feel your body or spirit longing for renewal, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Together, we can walk this transformative journey with God. As the group continued to grow, our morning walks became much more than just physical exercise. They became a sanctuary of emotional comfort and healing. Many of us carried burdens that others couldn't see. The quiet grief of losing loved ones, the invisible loneliness of an empty home, or the subtle fears that creep in with age. Yet each morning, as we walked together, we felt lighter, supported by one another and by God's comforting presence. One particularly bright but chilly morning, Carol joined our walks. At 77 years old, she had recently lost her beloved husband of over 50 years. She carried her sorrow quietly, her face gentle yet marked by sadness. Carol's first walks with us were silent. She listened more than she spoke, her eyes often glistening with tears. But we could sense her absorbing the prayers and quiet words exchanged along the way. One day, as we paused near a serene lake reflecting the soft morning sun, Carol opened up. "James," she began softly, "for months I've felt lost, disconnected. Everything I do reminds me of him. But here, with all of you, I feel peace, a peace I've desperately missed." Her voice trembled slightly, and in the gentle silence that followed, we stood by her side in quiet support. In that sacred moment, we prayed together, reciting the comforting words of Psalm 23-4. "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Day by day, Carol's quiet sadness began transforming into gentle strength. Her face brightened, her steps grew more confident, and the heaviness that once defined her presence gradually lifted. Carol began to smile more frequently, and soon her voice became a soothing comfort to others. She shared her experiences openly, inspiring many who quietly battled their own hidden grief. Her transformation touched us all deeply, reminding us that emotional healing is indeed possible, especially when shared with others. Walking side by side, praying together, had become our communal act of faith, compassion, and emotional support. We weren't just walking for ourselves. We walked for one another, knowing that each step brought someone closer to comfort, closer to God's peace. Not long after Carol joined us, we met another friend, Thomas, a quiet gentleman of 80, known for his gentle spirit and thoughtful wisdom. Though always composed, Thomas had been feeling increasingly isolated and struggled silently with loneliness. Despite living in a vibrant community, he admitted to us one morning that he often felt invisible, disconnected from the fast-paced world around him. During our walks, Thomas found a space to be seen and heard. His wisdom quickly became invaluable, often grounding our conversations in gentle, thoughtful reflections. He once shared, "These walks remind me that none of us are truly alone." Each morning, I rediscover the joy of being noticed, valued, and part of something greater. Together, we reflected on Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. Gradually, Thomas's spirit was renewed. He moved with quiet confidence, his eyes shining with newfound purpose. He started inviting others who struggled with loneliness to join our walks, creating a ripple effect of connection and comfort that reached far beyond our small group. His openness reminded us all that vulnerability is strength, and that reaching out can lead to profound emotional healing and spiritual renewal. As our group expanded, the nature of our morning walks deepened profoundly. They became spaces of openness, places where each of us could speak our truths, share our stories, and carry each other's burdens with dignity and compassion. Each morning walk became a testament to emotional resilience, reminding us that even in the twilight years, we can find emotional peace and deeper purpose in community and faith. Each person brought unique stories, yet we discovered common threads, shared struggles, joys, and hopes that knitted us closer together. We learned to listen deeply, to speak honestly, and to hold each other's stories with reverence. Through this simple act of walking together each day, God gently healed wounds we hardly knew existed, drawing us into a deeper, more compassionate understanding of ourselves and others. Our daily walks were not just about emotional comfort. They also became lessons in empathy, community, and kindness. The act of walking together, praying together, and sharing stories showed us how closely God moves alongside us. We began to see that emotional healing is not just personal but collective, deeply enriched when experienced together. Perhaps as you listen today, you recognize some of your own quiet struggles reflected in these stories. Maybe you, too, long for a deeper emotional peace, comfort, and a sense of belonging. As we continue into our final part of this journey, we'll explore how the simple practice of walking with God not only heals our hearts, but transforms our spirits, guiding us toward a richer, more purposeful life. Our morning walks quickly became more than routine. They became deeply spiritual experiences, times when each of us could sense God's gentle presence more vividly. The simple practice of walking, breathing fresh air, and praying opened our hearts in ways we hadn't anticipated. What started as a daily exercise soon evolved into profound spiritual transformation for each one of us. For me personally, these walks deepened my conversations with God, allowing me to sense His guidance clearly. My prayers became less formal and more personal, less about requests and more about listening to His voice in the quiet rhythm of my footsteps. It reminded me of the words from Psalm 46:10, "Be still and know that I am God." I began understanding this stillness not merely as physical quiet, but as a profound spiritual silence, an openness to hearing God's whispers within my heart. One morning, as we paused under the comforting shade of an old oak tree, Sarah, who had been quiet for most of our walks, finally spoke up. Sarah, 73, was gentle and soft-spoken, yet carried herself with a quiet grace that inspired trust. When I began walking, she confessed softly, I wasn't sure what I was looking for. I just knew I felt disconnected, distant from God. But in these quiet mornings, step after step, something in me shifted. I felt God walking beside me. For the first time in years, I felt truly heard. Sarah's words resonated deeply with the group, stirring a quiet, reflective energy. It reminded us that deepening our spiritual connection doesn't require grand gestures. Sometimes it's as simple as inviting God into our ordinary daily moments, just 20 minutes at a time. It became clear to all of us that God honors even our simplest acts of devotion, meeting us in those quiet places we set aside for Him. Our friend Peter, a retired pastor at age 78, shared profound insights one morning. "I spent years preaching about prayer," he admitted with gentle humility, "but it's only in retirement, during these simple morning walks, that I truly learned how to listen. Prayer became a dialogue, no longer a monologue. It's as if each step is a new word spoken softly between me and God." Peter's reflection reminded us all of Matthew 11:28-29, where Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Our walks embodied this rest, allowing us to unburden our hearts in God's gentle presence. As we continued walking daily, many discovered that their relationship with God had subtly changed. For some, it became easier to sense God's guidance in their everyday decisions. For others, fears and anxieties began to lose their grip, replaced by an unexpected sense of spiritual peace and clarity. Over time, this spiritual transformation became evident in our conversations, behaviors, and even our attitudes toward life's challenges. One morning, as golden sunlight gently warmed our faces, Barbara shared a personal revelation that deeply touched our hearts. At 75, Barbara had always been active in her church, yet she confessed quietly, "For years, my faith felt more like duty than delight. But these walks changed something within me. God became personal, tangible. Each morning, I'm reminded that He cares about every aspect of my life, not just the spiritual, but even the smallest daily details." Barbara's honesty helped many of us recognize similar transformations within ourselves. The routine of walking and praying had reshaped our spiritual understanding, showing us that God's love encompasses our entire being, our spiritual health as much as our physical well-being. It became clear to each of us that the simple daily discipline of walking and praying held tremendous spiritual power. Right now, perhaps you feel the quiet stirrings within your own heart, an invitation to deepen your spiritual connection with God. Maybe you sense a longing for the kind of peace, clarity, and closeness that our morning walks have brought to us. If these stories resonate with you, I warmly invite you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences might inspire someone else on their spiritual journey. As our walks continued, we began to see them as symbolic of our lifelong spiritual journeys, reminding us that walking with God isn't limited to special occasions or extraordinary moments. It's about embracing His presence daily, consistently, with every step we take. We began to truly live out the beautiful invitation in Micah 6-8. "He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." Looking back, it is amazing how a seemingly ordinary practice, just 20 minutes a day of walking and praying, became the foundation for profound spiritual growth and transformation. It taught us that spirituality isn't something we only practice in sacred spaces or quiet chapels, but something we live out daily, step by step, breath by breath. Perhaps you're wondering if something so simple could truly make a difference. I invite you, even urge you, to try it. Set aside 20 minutes each day. Walk quietly, talk with God, listen carefully. You may be surprised at how quickly your spirit is uplifted, how your heart is comforted, and how your relationship with God deepens and flourishes. In the final few moments we have together, let's pause to reflect. Let this gentle invitation resonate within you. Imagine tomorrow morning, stepping outside, breathing deeply, and sensing God walking right beside you. Let His peaceful presence fill you, guide you, and remind you that each step forward is a step taken with Him. As we conclude this journey today, my heartfelt prayer for you is that these simple walks become your own sacred moments of peace, healing, and spiritual renewal. In the soft glow of morning sunlight, in the gentle rustling of leaves stirred by a quiet breeze, God whispers His eternal love, inviting us to walk beside Him. Each step we take together is not merely physical, it's spiritual, a sacred journey of healing, growth, and deepening connection. Picture your next morning walk, sunlight filtering softly through the trees, illuminating your path in golden hues. Feel the gentle warmth, hear the quiet songs of birds welcoming you to a new day, and sense the tender presence of God walking gently alongside you. With every step, let burdens fall away, let peace envelop you, and let your spirit rise with newfound joy. Life's twilight years hold beautiful possibilities, rich moments of renewal, clarity, and comfort. God invites you to experience this daily transformation, to embrace His presence in the ordinary, quiet rhythms of your days. So tomorrow, when you rise, walk gently, pray deeply, and trust that every step you take brings you closer to Him. Walk confidently, knowing you never walk alone. May every morning remind you of His love, every step reveal His grace, and every day affirm His unwavering presence.